Hi, I'm Catherine
And I'm Lynn, and we are a coffee break.
with Cat and Mom. So, if you can't tell, I'm wearing Mickey ears because we are in Orlando. We're going to Disney Springs today and then Magic Kingdom tomorrow.
And Epcot Center on Monday, and hopefully Animal Kingdom on Tuesday.
Yeah, so this is going to be a Disney themed episode. So I'm really excited about that. And we are going to have some special guests on this episode.
Yes.
And it's going to be some family members that were able to fly down.
Yes, because as you know, Hurricane Milton / Nadine,
or Nadine never came.
I think,
yeah.
Whatever it is, hit Orlando pretty hard. But Disney only closed that Thursday. The airport closed only that Thursday. And so my family members were able to actually fly in yesterday. And then they are staying in a different Airbnb. We're going to go meet them. And then for some of them, this is the first time that they're at Disney. So we're all very excited. They're not very thrilled that we're going to interview them.
I don't think that we're going to be able to get my grandma on, but
we're trying with some aunts as well, but we're trying. But I think my cousin will definitely be talking.
And then Amelia, because it was Amelia's birthday this past week. October 8th was her birthday. And this is kind of like her birthday gift along with sort of like a family reunion.
Yes.
Yes. But
there's only one little hick is my beautiful niece Cheyenne was supposed to be here on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Clearly her flight got canceled and rescheduled for last night, which then she has a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, and she was stuck at New York. I think it was LaGuardia.
Yeah, it was her connection flight for 5 hours.
5 hours, then got delayed an extra hour and 15 minutes to then have the doors close early.
Because the gate changed 3 times.
3 times. And, moving with kids is kind of difficult. But she was not the only one that actually got the gate closed on their nose and didn't make it at all. So up with babies. I was with her on the phone last night till about midnight.
Her luggage is here in Orlando. And she is in New York. But
well, now she's flying back actually to Montreal.
She's going back home.
She's going back home.
I think she went through a lot this past day.
So with a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to interview her, but we will eventually be able to get her on. We are going up to Montreal for Christmas, so we'll be sure to do a little Christmas episode with her.
Christmas at her house, so for sure.
Talk about her big wedding that's coming up. So we're supposed to do a little sneak peek of that, but we'll save it for later.
Okay.
And then we also will be posting a little vlog on YouTube of our Disney trip, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so as you notice, we don't have a coffee in front of us today. It's because we haven't really explored yet. Yeah, we need one.
Really want one.
So I hope you guys at home have a coffee with you because we don't drink a little extra for us. But we will be getting a coffee from Disney Springs, and we will be reviewing it with you guys with our guests. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And
Mickey,
let's go to Disney Springs. Woohoo! We are back. And yesterday we were at Magic Kingdom. We were supposed to do an interview last night, but we were extremely tired because we stayed for the fireworks, which was such an amazing experience.
Very magical, especially when Tinkerbell goes onto the zip line. Oh my gosh.
And her dress is all lit up.
Yeah.
But I love how the whole entire castle changes colors. It's so, and
it becomes a screen.
Changes dimensions and stuff.
It becomes a screen, and then it's like a movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's pretty much every single movie, Disney movie
is shown.
Yeah, and then
on the
music, and you could hear the whole crowd, and we're talking like thousands of people, obviously.
It's packed.
Singing and saying,
wow.
I mean,
and then somebody got engaged, which was awesome.
Yes,
it was
she
so
said
cute.
yes.
Yeah. But today we are going to go to Epcot. Yeah. And
pretty excited.
Yeah.
Well, wait, we were a big group yesterday. We were 10 people plus a baby.
Yeah, my whole family was there, obviously, except for my cousin, which we explained she wasn't able to make it because of her flight and the hurricane.
But today it's just my mom, so your grandma, and my aunt that are going to come with us. The rest of the group. We're expecting even more family coming in tomorrow or late tonight.
We won't get
tomorrow, so they're going to go.
We won't get to see them a lot because we are leaving tomorrow. We're going to go to the Magic Kingdom and then head home.
Animal Kingdom tomorrow.
Oh, Animal Kingdom.
Yes. For a little bit.
But we were supposed to interview my cousin, and since she wasn't able to make it, she won't be being interviewed, unfortunately. But
we have
today
a special guest.
we have our special guest, and since she was supposed to be last night, she's now this morning. And it is my little sister, Amelia. It was her birthday this past week, so this is kind of like a celebration for her birthday. And we're just going to do a little interview with her.
Yep.
So,
well, we're going to welcome her.
So here's our special guest, Amelia, my little sister. How are you feeling for your first time on the podcast?
Nervous.
You're nervous? Are you a little
Yeah.
excited, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're already on the podcast, and it's going to be the 3rd episode. And you're our first ever guest.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
true.
that crazy?
That's
So
true.
you're special. So this will go down. This will go down in history. You'll forever be our first guest of a coffee break.
With Kat and Mom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So we're gonna dive right into it, and we're gonna get into some deep questions and put her on the spot. She is the youngest sibling.
Because the middle sister always pick on the little sister. So yeah.
I do like to instigate. Amelia, what is it like being the youngest sibling?
It can be nice sometimes, and sometimes a little boring and hard.
We have to. I have to explain that my oldest one and Catherine. So Isabella and Catherine are 2 years apart. Where she is 9 years younger than you. So it's like almost like a single child, basically. So there's a lot of just me and her. Plus, she's homeschooled right now. So there's a lot of me and her.
And then because I just moved back in and they moved to Florida, she gets me all the time now. So, yep. What's your favorite thing about being the youngest sibling?
Favorite thing?
My favorite thing is probably that, like, the oldest child has to do all the work. Like, they do the dishes and they do the chores, and then the youngest child can just lay around and stuff. So.
Yeah, like I gotta wash your plate because you're incapable
Wait a second. I
of
wash
washing
your plate. I mean,
what is your least favorite thing about being the youngest?
Probably that I'm 9 years apart from you, and you are 2 years apart from Bella, so you guys hang out more, and you guys, like...
pick on you?
No, like, you guys get to go places together, and you talk more, and I don't, because I'm, like, farther away from you, and you guys pick on me sometimes. So that's probably the worst thing. Because, like, I'm kind of lonely because I have no friends.
Yes. Well, yes, we just moved, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Which is true.
that actually leads into our next question. And we just moved from Iowa to Florida, so Amelia had to go through a big change. She is homeschooled, but she does swim on a swim team down in Boca, so she's able to have some
at
social
university.
Yeah,
So
she's able to like be around kids her age. But since we moved, what's like the big difference that you've seen?
Kids here are a lot different than kids in Iowa. Like, they're more mature.
Oh.
Not the little boys on my swim team.
No.
No, absolutely not.
Boys never mature.
But, like, they're a lot nicer, and they don't really pick on you.
On your swim team, you're talking about?
Yeah, on my swim
Yes, they're all
team.
big sisters, yeah.
'Cause, like, on my old swim team, they used to make, like, jokes about everyone and say rude stuff. But on my new swim team, they're, like, nice to everybody.
Do you feel like it's more like a family on your new swim team? Like
Definitely.
you guys feel very close.
Like, everyone supports each other, and if someone did bad, like on a relay that we're doing or whatever, they just say, oh, it's okay, like, you might, like, slipped off the block, it's fine, we're not mad at you. But the biggest the biggest change is probably
the weather.
The weather,
The weather,
yeah. It's
Iowa gets pretty cold.
It's
during
much
winter.
hotter, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna miss the snow.
You're gonna miss the snow. I'm gonna miss
I
the fall.
like the changes, the seasons.
Yeah, me
like fall
too.
is
Well, growing up in Canada, I'm gonna miss that too. But I would say that we were pretty impressed yesterday at the Magic Kingdom and then it's a comment that you passed, how they managed to make us feel like we were in the fall.
Well, it was like
Yet
80
we're in
degrees.
Florida. Yeah,
Because
it was 89, I think, yesterday. It was a hot day, and you still felt like it was like there was leaves everywhere, and
Yeah, they made
it
sure
was
to put like brown, like fall colored leaves like on the ground, and then
everywhere.
all the
Like, the
decorations
light-
of the wreaths. And
Yeah,
stuff.
the lights,
Yeah.
I mean, they did
Everything
like a
warm
huge combo.
tones.
Yeah, the flowers and stuff. It was,
Mhm.
but we've never been here for Halloween, so it was really great to see the Halloween like Disney Halloween time, like
Mhm.
Disney Christmas time, and stuff. So that was fun, right? Because you guys have only been that. Well, you've been there for
I don't
Christmas
really,
one time, but
I
you
don't
were a
really,
little girl.
yeah, I don't remember the Christmas time, but I bet it's amazing.
However, we did see, we're on a little sidetrack here, but we did see the BBD Babidi Boutique makeover, little girls.
I want to do it so bad.
She
I did it when I
and
was
with her
younger,
sister.
and it was like, I still remember, it's probably one of my best memories, but I got to look inside and see all like the little girls doing their makeover, and I want an adult Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo boutique. So if anybody at Disney ever sees this, please bring it back for adults.
Yeah, we should bring it back for adults. That would be fun.
Mhm.
With champagne
I wanna-
and
yeah.
stuff. That'd be so
I
much
want to
fun.
walk around Disney in it with my tight bun.
With all the glitter
Yeah.
and stuff. Oh, then that
Facebook
poor
bun.
little girl came out crying, and we're like, nobody cries at Disney. And she just came out of her makeover, and she had chipped a nail because they do nail polish.
She was like jumping up and down.
She was
so
just
mad.
she was so mad. She was like, my nail. It was cute. It was funny though. Okay.
Now that we're getting into the Disney topic, though, we have some serious Disney questions to ask you. So yesterday, we already said we were at the Magic Kingdom, and we did everything that we wanted to do.
Yes, we did. It was busy. Maybe it was not as busy. Well, I don't know. Maybe people canceled because of the hurricane. That maybe some people didn't come or whatever, or they had to leave. I don't know. But I mean, we've always been there during kind of high traffic time,
Yeah, like spring break.
and Christmas break and things like that. So I know some people have fall break right now, but it was just, even if they would say I think the longest we waited was for a ride was 50 minutes because we didn't have the fast pass this time. So I'm guessing, how long did it take to go to the teacup yesterday?
It was 5 minutes.
5 minutes they were
or
in.
less.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
right after the fireworks. We went straight there. But even the Thunder Mountain, it was 30 minutes, right?
Maybe.
And
I think
that's
we were in and out.
That's
40.
like an hour long.
Yeah,
ride.
usually it's a whole lot more. I mean, we've always taken the fast pass because of that, but I would say average time wait usually at Disney is at least 65 minutes, if not more.
Mhm.
But yeah,
The Thunder Mountain was it was fun to wait because they had stuff for you to do
Yeah.
while you were waiting, and you got to see the people on the ride.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
what
really
I
fun.
pointed out to Bryce, was that it's not like an amusement park where they're just the roller coasters and you're terrified for your life. It's a whole experience. So the whole hour wait, it's an experience, and then with a side of roller coaster.
yeah.
It's mostly an experience.
Yeah, the
over
Haunted
everything.
Mansion, they have the whole place decorated there's something to look or read, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery and things like that.
It was funny because they had gravestones that said stuff, and
That was
there's-
funny.
Yeah, there was one that was he was allergic to dirt, so they buried him in water.
But we need to explain that yesterday, every time we were trying to go on a ride, there was temporary close for
Yeah,
technical issue. Well, we did see some paramedics one time, so I'm guessing that's the
It was
technical issue.
it was the Haunted Mansion.
There's a Haunted Mansion, but then it reopened, and so we went around, and of course, people that have fast pass, they have priority afterwards because they missed their time. So
Mhm.
we couldn't do the Tiana's Bayou, which used to be Bayou. It used to be called Splash Mountain, but
Yeah.
we
I
did
am not
watch-
doing that one.
we
Absolutely
did
not.
watch people doing it, so it's still kind of fun. I mean, it was hot; it would have been great, but.
Yeah,
So we went back. So we eventually made it to the Haunted Mansion. It did say it was 50 minutes wait, but I think we were in and out within 40 minutes. And having said that, we got stuck twice in the ride. It
Yeah.
totally went to a dead stop. And
I'm happy I wasn't stuck backwards.
Yeah.
So that
it
would've
was
been bad.
it was a little is this planned? I don't remember really being stuck there and this and that. And it says, please. What was the voice saying? Stay in
I
your
don't.
dooms.
Doom buggy, and
Doom-
it was the spirits have messed up the ride or something.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
could hear somebody that works there saying the ride's going to start soon, but it did twice. So we're like, okay.
Yeah. But that was also not a roller coaster or anything. It was
No.
That was an experience, but they put a lot of work into that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was super cool how when they were dining and having that
Yeah.
party
The ghost.
where the ghosts disappeared and they looked like they were see-through and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah. It was
that was
insane.
It's same with the Pirates of Caribbean, which
Mhm.
I don't even know if we waited 10 minutes. when we walked
It looks
in.
like they make it look like you're like outside at night on
Yes.
the water.
And it looks huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big building.
I know, but it's huge, and they put so much detail into those dolls and the thing.
They make them look realistic. I mean,
it looked like Jack Sparrow.
I was looking for Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp looks like.
I was waiting for him
Johnny
to pop up.
That would have been really the
Because he
summum
did
of our
that before,
day.
where he actually like showed up at a ride and surprised everybody.
Yeah,
And I was like really looking close at the doll to make sure that.
that was not him.
Yeah.
But what was your worst ride?
Your least favorite ride?
Least favorite?
My least favorite, like in what way?
Well, in any
Like,
way.
that
I think I
kinda
know
made
the
you-
answer because you complained about it afterwards. So
I didn't really like Thunder Mountain.
That was my favorite.
Thunder Mountain or Space Mountain. I mean, I enjoyed them afterward because I know what happens now. But I really don't I don't care about the dropping down part because I like to lift my hands up, but I hate the fast sideways turns.
okay.
They're horrible. I don't like them because I feel like I'm just going to fly
And
out.
Space Mountain was
Yeah.
freaking.
Okay,
I
I
did not
kind of feel
remember that.
I was dying.
I kind of feel bad because I was like, guys, it's not bad. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's like you're in space. You're just gonna go woo woo woo. And then I was terrified. Like I was going so fast that like tears were ripping out of my eyes.
Yeah, your eyelashes were bending back, and like you kept reaching your hand out at the beginning when it was just the lights and the tunnel. Like, oh, this is pretty cool. We're probably gonna speed up, and there's gonna be all these things. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be super fun. And then we went into that room, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. And it started speeding up, and I was like, no.
And it was pitch black, faster.
You're going
faster
so
and faster.
fast.
Yeah, in circle.
And then the sound makes you like, I'm like, oh, we're gonna die.
Yeah, I
was
remember this.
I was like, I was screaming, and then I shut up, and I just curled into a ball. And there was like a pocket where you could put your stuff in, and of course you couldn't wear your ears on the ride because like your eyelashes.
Yeah, no, it would have. Yeah,
it would have fell off. And so I put it in the pocket there, and it was too tall. Like, so it was sticking out, and I had to slam it shut the whole time.
Well, the whole time I had my feet kind of pushing forward.
I didn't know if I was supposed to straighten my legs or
I know,
bend
me
them.
too.
So
And then I was like kind of squeezing like the handlebar, whatever. Oh my gosh.
I was squeezing your chair.
I was grabbing the front of the chair and like ducking down.
Yeah.
And
well, we took pictures. You know, they take pictures of you while you're on the ride. I mean, we didn't purchase them, but we took a picture of the picture.
I'm clutching on for dear life.
Yeah, but that was at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They should have taken.
That was
pictures.
at the beginning. Oh my
They should have taken pictures the whole ride because you wouldn't even be able to see my face. I was like this the whole time.
Yeah,
that'd have been actually even scarier.
I knew that when we were gonna get out of the ride, I thought you guys were gonna hate me because I made it seem so much better than
me
it
too.
was.
I don't remember being so fast. I remember the last time we did it. I mean, there's a picture of Isabella, their oldest sister, and she was like kind of like a scared face, and I was like, "Why did you do this? It was not even that bad." And we talked about it while waiting in line, and then we get out and we're like, "Oh,
that was terrible."
What was that?
But I mean,
I was like,
it's exhilarating. But my favorite was Thunder Mountain, for sure. What was your favorite one?
My favorite, I mean, like, I liked Thunder Mountain at the end, but
afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards.
Not the teacup. I mean, you guys, I don't even know how. I did not do that one because I
didn't even get dizzy.
Projectile vomiting.
With how much we were spending, I didn't even get dizzy.
Oh, I was dizzy. Bryce was. I was like, all right. Amelia and I were spinning. I was like, all right, this is good. We're spinning pretty good.
And then he bends down. He's like,
and I was like, going crazy.
It was
I was like,
hilarious to see them because I did not go. And that's what Isabella did last time we went to you guys. She was just like on a mission to make them just scream. But yeah, there was 2 teacups that were going fast. You guys and another one that was a dad and a daughter, and the daughter was just not feeling good.
She fell on the ground
when she got out.
So dizzy.
Yeah.
That was your favorite?
No, not the teacup. Mom said that it wasn't.
No.
But like, I wanted to go on Space Mountain again because I knew it was going to happen. I was like excited for like a chill ride or whatever because she said it would be like you're just traveling in space. No, it was just, you look down, it's just a giant pit of blackness with like the tracks just curving around.
You don't even see
everywhere.
the track. You don't see anything.
No, you just hear like you feel like you're about to break off of it and just fall down.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like you're just gonna go into the abyss and you just
So it was definitely
very well done.
Yeah, it was definitely not Space Mountain, but I would say it was probably Seven Dwarfs or
That was fun too
big
with Audrey. Yeah.
Thunder Mountain, not Thunder Mountain, whatever it was called. The Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder Mountain. Thunder Mountain, right?
Thunder Railroad thing.
Oh, Thunder Railroad. That's the one you like the most.
Oh,
The one you like? What is it called?
I like Thunder Mountain.
That's Thunder Mountain.
Oh, Thunder Mountain.
I thought you didn't like Thunder Mountain.
But I wanted to go again.
Oh.
I changed my mind.
But let's talk about what you have on your shoulder. Who's that?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille made a special
So-
appearance too. We have 2 special guests actually.
Yeah, we forgot about him. Very important. Actually,
Sorry, buddy.
this is a new thing. At
What is your
Disney.
favorite meal to cook?
Okay. Probably Ratatouille.
Awesome.
But anyway, but no, it's a meal.
No, it's not made out of rat.
Not, they don't cook the rat. It's vegetable. I know.
Oh, good.
But it's a new deal actually at Disney because we didn't have that like years ago. But so now Ratatouille is there. And we need to find Pascal because
Yeah, we
Pascal's
saw
on your
that with
shoulder.
Pascal, and I
It's
need
have
it on my
Pascal.
other.
If you guys are listening to the audio version, she has a Ratatouille magnet on her shoulder.
what?
I'm saying some people aren't watching the video. So I'm
Oh
explaining
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it's the little figurine. It's like a plush animal type thing, and then it comes with a magnetic thing you put underneath your shirt. Right now, Amelia has a spaghetti strap, so it's underneath it, so you kind of see it. It's this
Yeah.
thing right here. So they have Pascal. They had Baby Yoda.
They have Baby Yoda. They have I Am Groot, and they have like a bird from. I actually don't know where. It's like everywhere, but I don't know what it is.
So anyways, but we were kind of talking yesterday about we need to find Pascal. We finally found somebody.
We
that
saw
had him.
that we were in line for Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, and we saw him there.
Yeah.
And then she really wanted to start a collection of
Pins.
pins.
So she got-
When we were in line for Haunted Mansion and we heard it was closed down, we went to the shop by it,
Mhm.
and I got the wife that beheaded her 6 husbands.
And what's the other one?
Her favorite.
My favorite princess is Merida, so of course I got a Merida one.
And why is she your favorite Disney princess?
I like that she doesn't want to get married,
Period.
and I like that she wants to be a queen by herself, and she's very
On her own
adventurous.
Independent.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yes.
I love
That's
that.
how I raised my kids.
That's awesome.
Independent and strong. That's how I was raised by my parents. Okay. So usually I do a Would You Rather
Mm-hmm.
with Catherine, but now we're going to do a Would You Rather Disney edition
With our guests.
with our guests. So Amelia, let me pull up the question. Would you rather swim with Nemo and friends or the Little Mermaid?
Oh, this is gotta be easy.
It's easy for you.
The Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Definitely the Little Mermaid.
Let's go.
She's a mermaid. Who doesn't want to swim with a mermaid?
I think
You
that's
you
an
go to the ocean, there's fish. You swim with fish like
She's
every
swam
time-
with Nemo before.
every time you go to the ocean. You see clownfish at aquariums. You don't see mermaids in aquariums. No. And you
Oh,
can't even
attitude.
speak to fish. No. You can't speak to sharks.
And you can sing with Ariel and you can
Yeah.
see all the thingamabobber.
Like,
Is
and,
that what it is?
and maybe she'll
Yes,
give me
she'll-
something so I can breathe underwater. Maybe
Yeah,
she'll
she'll
give me
probably-
mermaid
yeah.
powers.
Yeah, you can make a deal with Ursula, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No, I'm gonna kill Ursula.
No, we don't say that.
We're
We're gonna
taking-
cut.
yeah.
We're gonna cut this one part.
Yeah.
I don't like Ursula. She tried to kill Ariel.
Yeah.
Yes, she was not nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And then, are you excited for Epcot?
Yes, very.
You know
Yeah.
why we're excited too? Because
It's the wine festival.
it's the wine festival around the
The
world.
wine and food festival around the world. So, and then also the dinosaur ride. I'm excited for.
Yeah, because
I was terrified
no,
last time. I was
that's
little.
an Animal
Oh,
Kingdom.
never mind.
Oh.
Well, I'm excited for that on Tuesday. And the Avatar ride at Animal Kingdom.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to go to the France.
France has the
food.
best food at Epcot.
Best food, yeah. So I can't really.
And then
can't
we'll have another special guest tonight, and we'll talk about Epcot.
wait. Okay. So we'll see. We'll be back soon.
We are now back at the condo in West Palm, and we were supposed to interview our second guest the night after Epcot, but we had a little ordeal where, one, we were very tired. We got like,
It was
how
a
many
long
steps
day.
did we get that day? We walked like through all the countries, and we got like, how many steps?
I think Disney was over 16,000. It was over 15,000.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
It's wine around the world right now at Epcot until November. Can't remember. Anyway, so we obviously tried a lot of things, and we ate a lot of things. It was food and wine. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
you got like, we shared the bites to each
Yeah.
country. We shared it amongst all of us, so it was like perfect portions.
It's like-
And
yeah.
then each got a drink from each country.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that with our second guest. But we did try the coffee that's at all Disney resorts, and it's the Joffrey's coffee. I got the chai latte, which I absolutely loved. I got it every single day.
I know. So I had the iced vanilla latte the first day, and it was so good. And that's when we went to Magic Kingdom, and we were in right outside of Epcot. We wanted to take the ferry and then the monorail so that everybody could see, even at night, like how beautiful all the hotels were and stuff. So we took it and we're like, okay, we got there first. We're going to go and grab that. There's huge donuts.
Oh, the
Amelia
donuts were so good. They were so like soft,
Yes, they were
but
amazing.
they were huge.
And my entire family, my aunts, my mom, everybody wanted to try my coffee. And so they bought some.
Yeah.
And then every single day at every single park, we bought the same coffees and the same
The chai
donuts.
was
It was
just
so
like-
good.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Like so smooth. And then I got the iced chai and the hot chai, and they're both amazing. Which I don't know why I got hot chai when it was
you were
extremely
sweating
hot.
yesterday.
So it made me very hot. But
Yeah.
it was good.
After the hurricane, usually heat comes back and
Yeah.
humidity. So it was beautiful. I mean, amazing. Like the hurricane was Thursday. We got there Friday.
And it was so sunny.
And it was beautiful. Well, Friday was starting to be beautiful,
Mhm.
and then the rest is still, I mean, I know right now, I'm pretty sure it's still beautiful, but it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was a great vacation.
I think, yeah, it was an amazing vacation. And Joffrey's coffee, shout out. You guys are great.
Shout out. That was awesome.
And I actually was wondering if Joffrey's is just like a Disney coffee shop. And I looked
don't
it up,
know.
and it's like at every Disney resort that's like attached to Disney has a Joffrey. So the
Okay.
Disney resort in Vero Beach also has Joffrey's inside
Oh,
of it.
nice.
So it was
Oh,
very
that's good. Yeah.
So
And
next
they're
time for
really
sure.
good. They're inexpensive, really quick.
Mhm.
And shout out to everybody that works at the parks.
Yeah.
And the coffee place. Everybody's so
Everyone's
nice.
They probably deal with like such crazy people, but they stay nice.
They wave.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah,
to
they're so
everybody.
sweet.
It was unbelievable.
I
Yes.
love it. But
Very impressed.
we weren't able to interview our second guest because after Epcot we got back and we couldn't get back into our room because the battery was dead for our card to swipe into our room.
Yes.
So all our stuff was in there, and a lady came up, the officer, the security for the
Well, I went to the front desk, said they
Yeah.
were going to call maintenance,
maintenance. Yeah.
came back. I thought from far away she was the maintenance person, and unfortunately
Mhm.
it was security. So, I mean, I didn't insult her, but she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, you guys going to have to sleep in another room
And I
tonight
was like,
because,
all
because
our stuff is in there.
yeah, because maintenance is not there. I was like, what? And then they
Yeah.
had already called. Anyways, the poor gentleman comes back.
It's
It's
his
his
second
second
day. There's no master key. There's a key hold. There's no master key. He doesn't have it. So he had to eventually, after
Go back. No, you
How
had
long
to
did
go
the whole process take of him going back
over
and forth?
half an hour.
And this was after Epcot, after driving to drop my grandma and
My aunt.
off at their Airbnb, coming back. And at this point, it's 11 o'clock, right? Was
Yes.
it 11?
Yes.
And we're all dead tired. My knees felt like they're going to snap from walking.
We were so
Couldn't
tired.
get in the room, but we went to bed right away. It was so.
Yes. Well, and then the night before, was that the night before? No, it's 2 nights before.
Mhm.
That we had the people upstairs, kids,
Stomping and
young
running
kids,
around
the young kids. They were doing a
Yeah.
obstacle
or
course in their
something like
hotel
that.
room.
They had to happen.
Oh my gosh, we thought it was so loud. I mean, I got kids, right? So I mean, I've heard them jump and whatnot. This was something else. We had to call security and realize that there was no parents in the room. They were just young kids, and mind you, that was
At,
like past 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
It lasted till close to midnight when then we heard heavier footsteps coming in. So then we knew it was
Probably
the
the
parents
parents,
were
but
there,
you could
so.
hear everything.
So yeah, so we were exhausted. So we didn't interview our special guest, but here
now,
he comes.
yeah, now we are back at the condo and we can interview him, and we are wearing matching shirts. You will see,
Yeah.
which we wore at Magic Kingdom. So
Oh, and I have this, which belongs to Amelia with all her pins. She's starting a little pin collection. This is actually
That's
Catherine's.
fine.
guess
I love
it's
Ariel.
Ariel. This is from the Haunted Mansion. This is Ratatouille because she got a Ratatouille. You guys saw it on the interview. And then this is her favorite princess,
Merida.
Merida from Brave.
All right. Let's bring in our special guest now. His name is Bryce. All right. We are back and we are with our special guest. Here's Bryce. Bruce is the name of the shark in Nemo, so we also call him Bruce.
So
We're going to start at the very beginning of our trip. It started with a big, what's the word? A big boom or a big
surprise.
A big surprise.
Yeah, we'll
Driving
call
out
it.
of here, on our way to Orlando,
Yep.
stop at the gas station. I pull out of the gas station to get on the turnpike, and then Bryce said, "What the heck? I just got terminated."
And then I look down at my phone and I also get a termination text. Bryce texted the owner of this business that we worked for saying that pretty much we weren't getting paid the minimum wage of Florida, which went into effect September 30th. And
Well, we were getting. Did you already say minimum wage?
yeah.
So we were getting paid minimum wage, and which in Florida before September 30th was 12 an hour, and our pay period went past September 30th. So we were still making $12 an hour after September 30th, which means that past that point we were making less than minimum wage. So
Which was illegal.
Yeah.
which is very illegal.
And then on top of that, we get commission for everything that we sell. And I wasn't getting paid my commission. I was missing out $30. And so Bryce texted the owner, like the big owner, and was like, pretty much, we're not getting our commission. We're working 2 hours past the other employees, or 2 hours past our shift because the other employees aren't showing up or don't show up to their shift at all. And we also are getting paid under minimum wage, which is
How many
illegal.
times did you open the gym? And you were not supposed to open the gym.
Mhm.
Somebody else was supposed to open the gym.
Yeah.
And then you showed up at the gym and nobody was there.
Yeah, so I was scheduled to work with the person that was opening the gym, but after a few times of me actually going in there and having to do it for myself, because the other person wouldn't show up, they started to miss days. So they would show up maybe 2 times a week, 3 times a week when I would go there. And it just became a big problem because there's no accountability. There's no,
Never.
like the person that was supposed to open wouldn't even reach out. And they're not from this country originally. So the big excuse was that there was a language barrier, but they understood English and you could easily Google Translate through a text. So I'm not really sure what.
I think what was the most frustrating, I think, for you guys, was especially for her, I think it happened to her a little bit more times, is let's say she would have a shift from, I don't know, 9 to 2. And then the next employee would show up,
At like
should be
4.
there at 1 or 2, like to swipe or at least overlap maybe a little bit. But then they would show up at 4.
Yeah.
So,
And so I'd have to
I
stay
think
after.
I raised my kids. Well, I mean, I know your parents raised you very well and accountable, like good work ethics is you don't leave, the place of business by itself. I mean, somebody needs to be there. So she would stay. And sometimes like I needed her here, or she, they have school, they have classes, and like nobody would show up, and the manager wouldn't come to take over after they would call. So that was taking a toll on everybody. And
The big problem is that the manager wouldn't. This person doesn't like to be called manager, but the manager wouldn't say anything about it. This person would laugh it off and pretty much say like, "Oh, like this is so funny. Like they don't show up," and I'm like, "You are."
but then you got terminated because of.
We got terminated because we went to the higher up and stood our ground and said, "This is illegal. You're not paying us the minimum wage," and it went into effect September 30th. And
We show up,
and
we're
I'm
there
not
on
getting.
time,
You're cutting me out of my $30 of commission, and then you say, "Oops! Like, how did I miss that? Like, sorry, I'll like direct deposit to
And
you."
these two are like students, right? They're kids. They're not. Some of those employees are actually moms.
30 plus,
like that's their job. That's their. And these kids needs the money. They need the money, and they're the ones that actually show up on time and stay there. I mean, it was really frustrating.
Yeah,
I would say for 3/4 of the ride, Catherine was.
I was going off on text pretty much. I mean, sorry, I thought you were about to say
She
something.
was losing her mind.
I was saying something like somewhat professional in the text, obviously, but I was like not going to take that disrespect, and I was going off saying that she pretty much terminated me they pretty much terminated us because we went to the higher up, and that really humbled that person, and I think it's because
the manager probably got in trouble and got butthurt and just. The whole thing is wrong.
Yeah, my
and
argument was
we'll
that
take care of it, but
my argument was pretty much that you're terminating us because we felt uncomfortable to talk to you about the problems, and we went to a higher up. And
Well, because
That-
you never
that
took care of
hurt.
the previous problems,
Yeah.
so therefore you went to the higher up.
That we only went to the higher up, or the owner, because we pointed out multiple times that that there were problems. I reached out a few days prior, maybe 3 or 4 days prior, about the problems, and I guess at the end of the text, I pointed out that that it's ridiculous what has been happening, and I mentioned it if things were going to change. I asked my manager, which I feel like is a reasonable thing to do. Well, it's funny that we call her manager because I guess she thinks that she's cooler than a manager, but she's not technically the owner, I guess.
she's not they are not the owner. They are a employee. Like, they are a manager. We already did our research on the LLC and who actually owns the company, and the fact that
It's
we
not
got
her.
terminated
It's not
because
the manager.
yeah, the fact that we got terminated because we didn't call them or the owner when they are the manager is pretty baffling. Anyways, other than the termination really just throwing us off, I was like calling people and texting them, seeing like what I should do and stuff. But then the actual fun started.
But that was the whole drive. So
Yeah.
technically, the drive went super fast. We are
Mhm.
about 2 hours and 20 minutes without traffic from
Yeah.
Orlando, and we were meeting my mom and my 2 aunts, her 2 sisters, that actually flew in. The other one was driving. They had stopped in Virginia, but anyway, and so we met them at Rock and Brew in Kissimmee,
Mhm.
and that's where the fun started.
Yeah,
Because we had to
some-
kill time because nobody could. It was like what, noon, 12:30.
Yeah, we were there for like
yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, so we had to. Yeah, nobody could check in before 4 in their Airbnb in our villa. So that's where it all started, and then we had to drive, and then we saw like we're just like kids, right? You see,
When you see the entrance.
well, the most magical place on earth, and you see Walt Disney, and we're like, oh my god, So and then it was Bryce's first time
Yeah, it was Bryce's.
at Disney.
I had never been to Disney before, so. Go ahead.
And you've never been on a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was actually my first time on a roller coaster as well.
And the first roller coaster was the Seven Dwarfs.
Seven Dwarfs,
At Disney.
That was more chill though.
Yeah, it was really chill. I liked it.
Yeah.
We surprisingly for the day after or 2 days after the hurricane, it was busy,
Mhm.
but not as busy as
Oh my gosh,
like
it's
because
so
we
busy
used to
during
go
spring
during
break.
Christmas and spring break, and so it was not that bad. I mean, the longest we waited, which I think was that one
Mhm.
in Avatar yesterday, maybe 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And that includes the ride, like starting to wait and stuff. Like there's some that we just walked in.
I just have to bring up the dinner at, what was it, Epcot? The dinner at Epcot. We went to the Coral Reef restaurant, which we've
Yeah.
been to, and I had to bring up their bread there.
The guy, our waiter came, he said, what did he say? This is our bread? No, guys.
Well, he didn't say anything. He was just talking about the bread, and he mentioned that there's stuff inside of it.
So it was, okay, so this is our bread tonight. It's pineapple and coconut. And we're like, okay, kind of weird, but maybe Hawaiian bread-ish,
Yeah.
thinking. And he said, and our butter is honey with orange.
But the whole night we were just joking because we're like, you'll never guess what's in this bread. And
So
the
we
butter.
have pineapple, coconut, orange, and honey mixture.
Yeah, let's put 4 flavors that should not go together. I mean, maybe coconut and pineapple, but like coconut, pineapple, and bread.
And orange honey and honey.
And honey.
I mean, can we get regular bread?
It felt like a flavor bomb in my mouth.
The only one that really liked it was Amelia.
Amelia ate like a
Amelia
whole,
just
like a
loved
loaf
it.
and a half.
He loved it.
Yeah, I think she did. And then everybody's like,
And it wasn't something you could take pieces out. It wasn't like on top of the bread or anything. It was
No,
baked into
it
it,
was-
so
yeah.
the flavor was fully there, and you couldn't escape it.
flavor was
Couldn't
fully
escape
there.
it.
It was very unfortunate.
What was your favorite ride from each park?
From each park, well, the first park we went to was Magic Kingdom, and I'd have to say hands down that my favorite one was Space Mountain.
Yes.
It was it the fastest one that we went on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it had to have been the fastest one that we went on. I just like when they, I just like the drops and everything. I
Yeah.
think that's very cool.
Yeah.
You're constantly like
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah,
And
I
the
like it a lot.
wee of the sound.
That was faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like being jerked to the side and almost going upside down.
Well, especially after
Catherine.
Catherine And but mostly Catherine, totally told us like, no, I remember doing it. It was so easy. It was slow. It was not as,
I didn't remember being that
scary. And I was like, I think I remember that too, but not sure. But she kept going on and on about it. And so we got out of there. We're like, yeah, what? Yeah, it was the complete opposite.
Yeah. And that was one of the rides that we had pictures on, and the pictures came out pretty funny.
fast.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then your favorite ride at Epcot, which we only did 2.
Did we? What?
We did too.
It was
We did the
Ratatouille.
Soarin' and Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Soarin' was really cool.
Yeah.
I think that one was awesome because I like the 3D type
Mm-hmm.
3D type rides.
Ratatouille was new.
Ratatouille's
Ish.
cool because you could like
So you were
smell and
following
hear.
him, yeah. And then you splash with water and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, it was very well done. Very well done.
Soarin' is when you like go through all like the different monuments or
No,
countries and
Yeah,
like
yeah. Countries with like different
Like the Taj Mahal and
yeah, what are they
the
called?
desert and like the wonders of each
Yeah, yeah.
countries. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
Of each
that was
country.
really cool.
And then we went to Animal Kingdom, and my favorite one there was the Avatar one. That was another 3D ride, and you
That's
get
so
in like a motorcycle type seat, and it puts a restraint on your back so you don't move. I just think that was so sick.
No, it hits you
it
hard. on
feels
the
it
back.
feels
You
like
don't
you're
move.
like falling
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you are. I mean, you can even feel kind of like the heartbeat of your
in the flapping wings.
animal. What is it called? Nabi.
The Banshee.
The banshee.
Yeah.
So, no, Nabi, I think it's the tribe. But anyway,
Mhm.
and you feel it on your like by your knee
Yeah.
that it's breathing, like you're on top
Yeah.
of it. So,
Yeah.
like the heartbeat. Yeah, that was really cool. However, they did Everest,
Oh my
the
gosh,
Yeti,
yeah.
no, Everest Expedition Everest.
Expedition.
I was so scared. I didn't want to do it.
I'd done it before with Catherine and my oldest one, Isabella, and I remembered that I was not going to do it again. So we had Amelia go.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, they had pictures, and Catherine wins hands down. It's too bad we don't have it right now to show. Maybe I can find it. To show her face, how scared she was.
Yeah. We'll have to send a picture and put it on the screen.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post it on Instagram. Yeah,
I don't know if we
You I'll put it on the Instagram so you guys can see, even though I never want that to be shown publicly.
It's probably one of the best roller coaster reaction pictures I've ever seen.
Yes.
I always have the best reactions when it comes to roller coaster.
That-
It's really embarrassing though. Like
Tower of
Tower of Terror,
Yeah, that was like
like grabbing onto the cage.
That was falling to our death.
Yeah, it's
It's
terrible.
going to save you.
Bryce,
Okay,
you would've
out of
hated
the
that
three
one.
parks, which one did you? I mean, because we did. I mean, they're all different, clearly, and then we had, which was special. Like we said, we had the Food and Wine Festival at
Mhm.
Epcot, which was our first time. Been there before, but never done that. Which one was your favorite park?
I think all three of them were great.
Can't pick one.
I think the Magic Kingdom was probably my favorite one. I don't know, it just had like that certain like
Feel.
Disney vibe to
Mhm.
it. Every other one was like more like great experiences, but that one felt the most like Disney. You know
Like
what I mean?
Disney.
Yeah.
And then like
And
the light up.
firework.
Yeah, the light up.
The fireworks show, yeah, that was great.
Mhm.
How the like castle changes dimensions
Yeah.
and stuff. That's
And
crazy.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they used the castle as like it's almost like a projection screen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They change it with all the Disney characters and the princesses and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's really cool.
Awesome. So out of your trip there that we did, was your first time there, what was your favorite and what was your least? Oh, we did go to Disney Springs too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
the balloon,
Giant
there.
balloon,
the giant balloon with Amelia.
Yeah, that was cool. You could see
All the
almost all the parks. Yeah,
Mhm.
Maybe not Magic Kingdom, but that's.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, you saw
It's like a
Everest. I
castle.
thought. No,
I think you could see Everest. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see Epcot too.
Well,
that was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, at night when we saw the contemporary resort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
and then what was your least favorite part? Like, I don't know if you have a least favorite, but if you do,
Least favorite,
of the trip,
probably the resort, like where we stayed.
Oh, we
There
got
were
stuck.
just a different problem almost every day.
yeah,
Mhm.
we talked about.
Yeah. Oh, you did talk about that already?
Yeah, but you can go.
Yeah, you can go. I mean,
Yeah.
you can say it's your question.
Well, it was just sounded like 8 children upstairs running around, and
Said
like they had an obstacle course in their room, jumping off furniture. Probably 11:30 at night, and dozing off in bed, and I just hear stomping upstairs, screaming.
And it was a nice bill. I mean, technically it was
We didn't get to go to
quite
like.
nice,
We
but
didn't get to really experience the whole thing because we were so tired.
Yeah, we didn't really go on a resort per se.
At Disney, like when you have your room, that room is purely to sleep in because you're like so dead from the day. You're spending the whole day at like the resort or the parks.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we didn't get that, but I would say just the fact that we couldn't get in for over 30 minutes because the battery was dead on our door. That was something else.
Yeah,
but
That's terrible. And then, is Disney what you expected, or because Bryce obviously has never been to Disney, so he hasn't experienced it as like a little kid going. So this was like his first time experiencing something like that. So is it like what you expected, or more or less?
I think it was probably more of what it was probably better than I expected. I expected it to be very kid oriented,
Mhm.
but it seems like there's a lot for the parents to do and adults. I didn't even know Epcot was that. I didn't even know about the Food and Wine Festival. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I thought it was
that was
gonna
really
be
cool.
more like kid oriented,
Around kids,
kid friendly. Yeah.
Well, there's more rides than we think at Epcot, especially at the space part. When you walk in.
I hated the space
Yeah,
rocket
we've done
ride.
it
I will not do
before,
it
and
again.
It was just not for us, and so we're like, you know what? Since now we've never been to the Food and Wine one, just let's start doing this.
Yeah.
However, we got stuck. We didn't get stuck. We decided to be stuck in France for 5 hours.
Yeah, we were in France
There's
for
a
a while.
lot of good food, a lot
Good
of good
food,
wine,
yeah.
champagne.
Waiting for
it was
the
ridiculous.
Ratatouille ride. But what was your favorite country?
France.
France.
It was France for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And like everybody that works there is at each country is from that country.
Yeah, so we
that
spoke
was
French
cool.
the whole time. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite parts. I just liked seeing you guys speak like French to the
Those people.
workers. Yeah, and I picked up like 3 words maybe.
And then your second favorite country, because we spent like forever in France.
My second favorite was probably Italy. I would have wanted to have one of those pieces of pizza from Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see them? They were like
no, I
squares.
didn't.
Yeah, they
It's
were like
huge,
big
yeah.
squares.
Oh, you should have told us. We would have gotten one.
But we were about to eat dinner. I didn't want to
Oh, okay. Well,
spoil my appetite, but they looked really good.
we would have shared. I mean, we shared. It was in Canada. It was like a filet
A
mignon,
filet mignon for like
With-
$9.
boursin, and mashed potatoes and mushrooms, whatever. Yeah, for $9.75, and we were 6 on it, and we all got 2 bites. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
We did some sort of sushi in Japan,
That was good. Bryce actually had a bite of it. And he doesn't eat sushi.
but it was wagyu beef, and
Wagyu.
it was cooked. Obviously, they didn't do all the raw stuff, but Germany, like the flight of beers was good. That was my first real Guinness, and you could see the way you poured it, and they're all from Germany, so that was cool.
Yeah.
You liked it. I didn't care.
Yeah, I'd never had a Guinness before, and I thought it was
Pretty
alright.
good.
Yeah.
It tasted.
So
It was all right.
I think that was the first like bitter like beer I've ever like really had.
it was bitter.
So, as we explained before we brought him in, Bryce just moved from Iowa to Florida as well, and he actually moved in. We all live together, one big happy family.
One big happy family.
Yep. So what has changed the most in like your daily life since you've moved from Iowa to Florida?
Well, mind you, it's been 2 months, right?
Yeah.
2
Not,
months.
has it? Not even?
2 months
Oh,
next
it'll
week.
be 25th.
Yeah. It's crazy. It feels like it's been like 6 months and it
I know.
hasn't even
And
been 2.
during that time, we went to Disney already. You already got a vacation in.
So what's changed the most?
What's changed the most? Probably the weather.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it being this hot all the time.
Mhm.
But
I'm
right
used
now,
to-
it's very comfortable.
yeah.
It's unusual.
actually
It's
pretty
just
nice
like
right now.
pretty cool right now.
Yeah. In Iowa, you get all 4 seasons, and I think right now it's like it was 41 yesterday, at like the lowest temperature in Iowa. And I think they're under a freeze warning right now.
What? I
Yeah.
didn't know. And like here, the lowest was 79 in the past 3 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah. When it gets like low 80s, that's when it's nice. When
Yeah.
It's when,
And like we're just like,
yeah, we appreciate the low 80s, high 70s.
and I were like 80s awesome.
Yeah.
So you are the middle of 3 boys, right?
Yep.
So now you're with girls here. How's that? Now you have a little sister.
I don't know. It's
Stuck with girls.
yeah. I mean, I've only grown up with dudes. My mom was the only girl in our household when I was growing up, and now it's the complete opposite. I'm the only dude in the household. I guess there's a lot of things that I'd stay out of because it's like girl stuff.
Yeah.
You're very patient.
Yeah, I had to learn how to be patient, especially with being the middle child.
I'm also a middle child, so I get it. You know,
Yeah, sometimes the
middle children are
oldest,
the best.
kind of irritate the youngest one, and then you're in the middle, and so. But
And then, what has been? I know I already asked like what has changed the most in your daily life, but what has been your favorite thing about moving to Florida?
I mean, there's a lot of great things about moving to Florida. I was gonna say the weather for that one too because I think it's great. But
I feel like snow.
yeah, oh my gosh.
I mean, you can't be in a bad mood when it's this beautiful and sunny almost every day. It kind of helps you.
Like this morning, we went and got coffee and just walked on the beach.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
think
yeah, that was great.
Just that, but yeah, and because also you're with Catherine.
Yeah,
yeah, that should have been your favorite thing.
I was waiting for him to say this.
that is my favorite thing.
Yeah. All right, so that is all we have today for our interview. We were supposed to interview my cousin and then my cousin and then her cousin, but because of like the distance between the Airbnb and Cheyenne not being able to make it down here, we weren't able to get to that. But we got Amelia and Bryce, so thank you, Bryce, for
Yeah, of course. This was fun.
yes.
It's fun. It was
You'll do it
a
again.
great trip. We had a
Yeah.
good time.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay, so would
Oh
you
my gosh, I forgot
rather?
about the
The
would
would
you
you
rather.
rather is going to be for Bryce, like we did with Amelia. Okay, so now that he knows who Mufasa and King Triton is, would you rather run the Pride with Mufasa or the Merfolk with King Triton?
I'd rather run the Pride with Mufasa because I just hate the ocean. So I don't think I'd.
You love shark. Come on, you're Bruce.
Yeah, I love sharks. I love the animals in the sea, but I couldn't be in the sea. You know what I mean? I like to
Be around
spectate from the outside, so I'd definitely take the Pride.
The
with
Pride,
Mufasa,
okay.
Yeah. I just think he's cool.
Mufasa's the dude.
Yeah.
I choose the Merfolks.
Well, of course.
Because I
The
love
question was not
Ariel.
for you.
I know, but if you guys care, I'd choose Merfolks.
She wanted to be a dolphin when she was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that on an episode.
Yes.
That's a story
Not
for
even
another
kidding.
time.
Not a dolphin trainer. A dolphin.
Guys, it might still happen. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode. It was really excited to do like a non-traditional type of podcast episode and talk about and take you guys almost on our Disney trip with us. So that was really cool. I'm hoping we can do that in the future, like our next trip that we take. And we also got stickers in a little notebook. We're making this official. We have
New
the
little
stickers.
merchandise. Yes.
for a coffee break. I don't know if you can see my computer. We got that too.
A
And we
sticker, and we got mugs and
got mugs,
water
which-
bottles. So next,
Next episode, you guys will get to see those little mugs that we got. And go follow us on our social media, a coffee_break. And we
we'll have some
now,
footage from like little kind of candid footage and pictures from this weekend.
Yeah, we'll have some YouTube videos out. Yeah, for sure. And then go subscribe. And our video podcast will be available on Spotify and YouTube. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.